Welcome to meeting 2 of the Sad Bitch Club podcast. I'm Rachel.
And I'm Caitlin.
Alrighty, so today we are already kind of splitting from what we normally would do. In that today we're going to talk about shit that makes us happy.
Yeah, I made it very clear in the first episode that this is going to be whatever the fuck we want. At first, it was supposed to be a totally different subject matter.
We both kind of had a week.
Yeah.
We both kind of had a week.
So excuse me
and our
for
weeks are
taking
still
care
going.
of mental health.
Yeah. It's important. I mean, that's what we're here for. We're here to, talk about our mental health and recognize that sometimes you can't talk about the serious shit. Sometimes it's too much.
Yeah, facts.
So I think it is good to know that you can, take breaks and not do that if it's not the time.
I do apologize. I think my mic is acting up again. And if there's like a weird buzzing, no, there's not. We're gonna roll with it because I'm not dealing with this.
You didn't.
You heard nothing. Mind your business.
Do you still want to go over why I'm a sad bitch this week? At least one or two things, and then jump into the happy things.
Yeah, let's touch on it. Let's do a little drive by on why I'm sad this week, and leave it after that.
Do you want to go first?
Sure. I have I don't know. I've talked about how the buzzing is bothering me. Do you hear it?
A little bit.
Fuck. Okay, it's fine. I'm dealing with it.
Wiggle your wire. Just fix it. That's
wiggle your
obvious
wire?
what the issue is.
Oh, my wire.
You know how sometimes if like the wire is not in just the right spot, it's time to take the medication.
Meadow clock. Let's go, lady.
I got it. No, it's drug o'clock.
Get
right.
So do your thing. I'll talk about why I'm a sad bitch.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm in a state where I don't know anybody. There's maybe, 2 people I know. So it's
people you know and are willing to hang out with.
And are willing to hang out with me. Yes, exactly. Yeah. So obviously we're in a panorama and life do be like that. I also work remotely from home. So, the opportunity to like organically meet people and just kind of like hang out with people who maybe have similar interests isn't really like a thing. So I don't know. I just had like an existential crisis of how fucking lonely I am. I don't know.
I got you when I have a couple days of vacation time saved up again.
I know. And I feel so bad. I don't want you to have to take your vacation days to come hang out with my sorry ass.
I want to take my vacation days to come hang out with your sorry ass.
But I signed up for BFF Bumble.
Yeah. How's that?
Well, someone recommended it to me because, okay, I'm going to flat out say I love my online friends. Like my online friends are mostly the reason why I'm still alive in a lot of cases.
Yes, me too.
And you were an IRL friend and now you're an online friend. Mm-hmm. And like that relationship's a little different, but still like everybody, like in order to hang out with anyone, communicate with anyone, or just have some sort of camaraderie, I have to be on my computer or my phone. So I signed up for BFF Bumble this is driving me nuts. I signed up for BFF Bumble to try to just meet people. I made a bio. Here, can I read you my bio?
Absolutely, you can.
Okay. Sorry, I did not plan to talk about this, and then I just remembered that it was a thing.
Yeah.
So it's there's a few pictures. The first one is of me in a G Fuel shirt because that's half of the thing I wear. It says Chicago, and then there's an arrow to Houston. I work from home in a new state where I don't know anyone. Always doing too much to stay busy. Music, gaming, crafts. Fur mom, and there's a dog and cat emoji. My hair is a different color every month. Missed connections, message me, and I put my Instagram and Twitter. Just because it's like you have like 24 hours to message somebody, and it like times out. So I'm also just lazy.
That's fair.
And then there's some questions you answer. So it says, after work, you can find me gaming or streaming with my online group. Most of these friends I've had for years, but miss having IRL connections. The next picture is the one that's my like Avi on Twitter. The next one is me holding a pumpkin looking very serious.
I think I know what picture you're talking about.
Yeah. We'll get along if ... Similar taste in music, games, or really anything pop culture related. one picture that makes me look like I have some sort of adventuristic lifestyle is a picture of me like when we went on that cruise with my concha bread.
Yeah, I know that picture too.
Yeah, exactly. The one picture where I look like a normal human. It's fine.
Cousin Kate's biggest fan, in case anybody wasn't sure.
Or maybe you just pay attention to what your friend is doing. It's fine.
That too.
Says I'm using BFF4 finding a few friends to hang out with IRL. I have a solid online circle, but miss IRL connections since moving. I also host a mental health podcast and love guests. Because like, hey, if anyone wants to be a guest on the podcast, I mean, hey, I'm open to talking. And then also you can link it with your Spotify. So according to Spotify, that is linked with my BFF Bumble, it says that my top artists are, okay, are you ready for all of these very surprising results?
Oh, I'm going to be so surprised.
Can you guess what number 1 is?
Is it by any chance Blink 182?
It is. So number 1 is Blink 182. And then Vampire Weekend, Youngblood, Avenged Sevenfold, Mother, and Meet Me at the Altar. Most of those are like more
Mother on there.
It's like these are really recent. These aren't
it's
like
probably your like on repeat, like off of your on repeat playlist.
Probably
not your like actual all time stats.
Yeah, and if you haven't heard of Meet Me at the Altar, by the way, amazing female led pop punk band.
I feel like I probably have heard some of their stuff, even if just on accident.
Through TikTok, I've discovered a lot of POC pop punk bands, and I fucking love it. A lot of talent. I really enjoy them. But yeah, that's my BFF Bumble. And tell you what, small talk is not my thing.
That's a big fact. That's the reason I hate Tinder.
It's literally just like, hey, what are you doing? Hey, cute dog. Hey.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's why I hate, like, so I'm on several dating apps, and that's why I hate them.
Like, one girl, we started talking about like gaming. And then I just got a random hey after that. I was like, all right, well, I don't know. Some of these people, they could be very nice people, but I'm not vibing with the small talk. So
considering you're somebody who has largely made friends online, the ability to communicate via like text is super important. And because I have the same issue when like messaging people on Bumble and Tinder and stuff, is like, if you're not able to hold a conversation here, like, this is a lot of what I do. So if you can't do it here, I don't really care how you do it in real life.
Right. Although a lot of like my friendships online, like it's all Discord for the most part, or it's hanging out in a stream, or it's much more. Also,
I mean, grew up online, meeting online friends.
That's true.
When it was all text based.
Yeah, and if somebody can't,
even a lot of our like current online friends we met through, you know, Twitch chats or mutual Discords where we weren't necessarily in voice calls to start.
Yeah, you're right.
So I think that's for me personally why the like text side of stuff still holds super important to me. I also like don't like to really talk on the phone and am terrible at communicating with people IRL. So texting is kind of important to me.
It's hard, dude. It's hard.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of the like just looking through these pictures, like I didn't ever really use a like a dating app or anything. I never got that exposure, never had to, never really wanted to.
You're not missing much.
Yeah. So this is like a whole new thing where it's like, you know, the whole swiping and all that. And a lot of these pictures are people out at like bars or concerts or like, you know, things that I don't really do.
Things you don't do.
Like, I'm down for a concert, but like going to a bar, going to a club, like, I don't know. That's not a thing I'm into.
Like somebody walking their dogs.
Right.
Going to the roller skating rink.
Yeah, but then there's people like climbing fucking mountains. It's either bars or mountains and nothing in between.
That's how regular dating profiles are too, not just BFF dating profiles.
Goodness. It's also Texas, so I really don't know what I'm going to get.
You do live in Texas.
That I do. But okay. I want to move on from it. I'm feeling better just after, you know, communicating with my friends and the people that do care about me. That's part of my problem too, is I get into my head so much where it's like, fuck, I have nobody. Yeah. When really, you know, I had a lot of friends reach out, or even friends that were like, yo, you good? And I'm like, oh, fuck yeah. No, not really, but like I will be.
No.
And it helps that I have a boyfriend who, like, you know, sees those things for the most part. So
yeah.
So why are you sad bitch today? Or this week?
I mean, same reason. I mean, for the most part, I mean, life is generally kind of stressful. Last week was kind of a big milestone week in my personal life, which is a very happy thing, but also a very anxiety inducing thing. I know a lot of my anxiety spike in the last week is related to that. And so that's been, on the forefront of my mind lately. And then work has just been wild. We're super understaffed right now. We're also hitting a busy season because we're hitting kitten season. I work at an animal shelter, for anybody that doesn't know. And so it's the time of year where it's getting warm outside and everybody's finding kittens, and we take all those kittens in, which means we're like, tripling, quadrupling our workload, but we're short on staff. So it just all around becomes a very stressful place very quickly. And that's been, I mean, the biggest thing for me lately is just the amount of shit I have to get done in a day.
Yeah, and that can be daunting when there's just so many things on a checklist. It's like I don't know, absolutely. Anxiety does that, where like if you have so much to do, it's like you don't even know where to start.
Yeah, like I need it in checklist format because otherwise I'll forget it all. But the second I put it in checklist format, I realize how much I actually have to do, and then I'm stressed about that instead. It's a whole thing.
So, now I'm really quiet. Shit.
Hello?
Hold on. I was trying to fix something with my mic and it's not. Oh my god. It's fine. Keep going. You got it. Don't worry.
I mean, I don't have a whole lot else that's like particularly stressing me out. I mean, life in general is kind of stressful, but not any more so than usual. Just kind of been, some milestones are anxious times in our lives, and I'm just kind of hitting one.
Yeah.
It's just kind of where I'm at.
It's just a thing.
Yeah.
I know we talked a little bit about like we went into this episode because we were supposed to record yesterday. We went into the episode knowing we wanted to talk about anxiety. Yes. But I think we were just too damn anxious.
Yeah, we 100%, like both of us last night were like, suddenly we can't do anything.
Nope.
Suddenly we can't do anything.
My brain has impaired.
Change topics. If we just change topics, we'll be fine.
Yeah.
And then we were still like, no, can't record today. Sorry. Try again later.
Well, dealing with like, I don't know. It's one of those, like yesterday I had one of those days where it was just like, my anxiety was so built up, and then there was just like small issue and inconvenience one after another. And although it's minor, you're so just like pent up and like, just like anxious is really the only word I can use to explain it.
Lots of minor things stack up into a major thing. Yeah,
and then the next thing you know, it's like you're pouring water in a cup that's already full, and it just starts overflowing. And I straight up was like, Rachel, I can't do it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, which is totally fine. Sometimes you need that time.
Yeah, and I'm sorry, and thank you for being super understanding about it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, obviously, I mean, we're here to talk about it.
The whole point we want to have this podcast for is for an outlet for those things. And if this is a thing that was causing us to be more anxious because we were already so anxious about everything else, like it wasn't worth the time to try to force ourselves to do it if we weren't going to, be willing to put ourselves into it.
Yeah, I appreciate that. But, we have, I don't know, although we both had a really stressed out, stupid week, I think we also, when anxious, there's those things that bring like the serotonin. And although they could be considered distractions, they're really just the things that like kind of ground you, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which I know like when, therapists and people talk about like anxiety attacks or just being anxious in general, grounding yourself is important. So the things that like we use to ground ourselves and just kind of like disconnect for a little bit. Outlook. Can we talk about those, the happy things?
Yeah. A mutual happy thing that happened to both of us was we started a D&D campaign together this weekend.
Finally, I kind of understand it a little more.
You get it now.
I get it.
So Caitlin and I had tried to play D&D previously with a significantly less fun group in college. That kind of went nowhere and was not particularly well planned in the first place. And so it was just kind of a bad time all around.
And it gave me a really bad impression. I won't lie. I was like, this is confusing. I never want to do this again.
Yeah, absolutely. And part of that is because that was before the current edition of D&D 5e was super accessible. It was like just coming out at that time. And so we were doing like a weird mix of old stuff because that was what was available. but it was worse. That's why it's the old editions. And so I started playing D&D again with a new group of friends back in January, and I've been playing pretty consistently. And I was like, hey, I would like some of my online friends to do this also. Can we throw something together? And thankfully, a bunch of our friends were willing. And we finally got to play our first session this weekend, and it was super dope.
And I'm excited because this happens like what, every Thursday, and you would literally, like, I don't know, just something about your Thursday shenanigans. When I hear from you like later that night or the following day, it's, I don't know, you fucking love it. And I love seeing my friends being passionate about something and enjoying themselves.
This is so, like, I'm somebody who picks up a lot of hobbies and drops a lot of hobbies, and this is one of the few things that I have kept up consistently, like over several months, and will hopefully be over, years down the line. But like, this is a thing that's held my attention, that like hasn't faded for me at all.
Because there's also something where I know I do it, and I think it's safe to say you do the same thing, but the things that I enjoy, I become very fixated on, and sometimes it's a revolving door of those things. So it's rare to find one that kind of sticks, that you're enjoying, and that like isn't ruined by something right away.
Absolutely. And I think the good thing with D&D is that it's not a solo hobby. Like, you have to play D&D with other people. That's how it works.
Right.
And so I've thankfully found two very good and, welcoming groups that are willing to make it fun and are good at making it fun. Both as, players and DMs. And that just makes it more fun to do. Like, having other people who also enjoy what you're doing makes it so much easier to look forward to.
Yeah, and I can assume it just makes all the difference. Because even after our first session of, I don't remember how long it lasted, but it was like kind of, a collection of friends, some who knew each other, some who didn't. And like, I'm brand new, I'm learning, I'm confused. But like, everyone's really cool with like explaining things, and we're all being really creative and interesting with what we're doing.
Yeah, definitely.
And anything that tickles my creative brain, I'm down for, honestly.
In case anybody is curious, Caitlin is playing a rock gnome man who is a bard.
His name is Gimdrum. His
name is Gimdrum. He's already tried to romance at least one person, if not more than one. And it's the best.
It didn't work.
Like, half worked.
Sort of. Yeah,
we got free room and board for the night.
I don't know, but we'll be streaming it. I don't know who else from the party, but I'll be streaming it on Sundays now. So it'll be exciting if anyone is interested. I don't want to delve too much into D&D on the podcast, because I know, those who don't understand it, it's just right over the head, because I'm still that way a little bit. So I don't want to.
It's a thing that brings us joy, and so we do want to acknowledge it.
I do want to talk about it. Just for those who may want to learn more, come stop by the stream. Learn with me. Hell yeah.
DM me on Twitter.
I'll
answer questions all day.
Who is your character? Is a
I'm a hobgoblin who is a ranger who lives in a swamp. Her name is Glicka.
Who is a ranger that lives in the swamp? Glicka.
Yeah, it's Glicka of the Marsh. She has lived in the swamp since she was very young on her own. And I love her.
She's pretty chill so far. We'll see what happens.
She really likes rat on a stick. It's a delicacy where she's from.
I'm so excited to see where this goes.
Oh, same.
So okay, we've been doing our D&D. Have you been like watching any shows or anything recently?
I have. So a couple of my D&D friends from Thursday night showed me a clip reel from a show called Bravest Warriors, which is by Pendleton Ward, so like the guy that did Adventure Time. And it's called Bravest Warriors. The first 2 seasons are all on YouTube. After that, you have to get on Verve, but it's free to watch on Verve. I'm in like halfway through season 4 now.
I think I saw this on.
It's beautiful. If you have not seen it, you should.
I've seen this on TikTok.
If you have not seen it, you should. It is magnificent, especially if you were a fan of like Adventure Time. as a kid. Like it is up that alley. And it is so good.
Oh my God.
It's brought me so much joy.
I'm so sorry for anyone listening. I just had a million different pop-ups happen because someone just placed an order. So it was like, ding, ding, ding. I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. Well, this looks super cute.
Get you your cosmic candles. It's super cute. I can tell you all about it. It's wonderful. I'll send you the link to the video that they showed me to get me hooked on it. This? Most of it's the first 2 seasons are on YouTube. The rest is on Verve. I can send you the link. It's free to watch there.
What the fuck is Verve?
I'll send you the link.
Okay.
I'll send you the link.
Okay. Thank you.
But basically, it's all free to watch online. I guess this was around the time, if I remember correctly from what I was told, this is around the time that Cartoon Network picked up Teen Titans Go, and they passed over this in favor of other things around that time. Because this was around the time that like Adventure Time was finishing up.
You would think that like something that's very similar to Adventure Time, one of their, highest grossing cartoons, would get picked up.
Yeah, but it's so good, and it's so good.
It looks adorable. I want to watch it.
It's great. I've also been watching a lot of Naruto lately.
Ooh,
but I'm never not doing that.
Yeah, true. Okay, well, there's like a million episodes that there's really no opportunity for you to not watch it. It's true. I've been slowly watching season 4 of Attack on Titan.
Yeah, so you've been working through that one for a little bit.
My brain doesn't love subtitles.
Oh yeah, I can't watch subtitles.
I can't, especially when mostly my like TV time is when I'm winding down at the end of the day. So if I'm tired, I really don't want to read subtitles. I used to be able to have
dubbed animes with the English subtitles on in order to follow anything,
which is hard. Yeah, because sometimes the dub is different than the sub, and it's confusing. But you get a little more story that way. My brain loves that. I can read and listen and understand both translations somehow. But the subs with like the Japanese is just too much for my brain.
Yeah, that was a big like. So I have only sort of recently gotten really into anime. In part because when I was first actively introduced to anime, like obviously I watched some as a kid, not really realizing. But like upon being actively introduced to anime in college, I was introduced by a crowd that basically didn't do anything but subtitles.
And it's like you get shunned if you listen.
Yeah, my brain just doesn't work that way.
Yeah. I don't know. I've gotten shunned multiple times for preferring dubs, but I'm sorry. ADHD brain don't work.
Yeah, I would prefer to enjoy the content and not be stressed the whole time.
Right. Yeah. Anxiety? Yeah. No, thank you. Yeah. I'm good. I have enough of that. Most of it's self-induced. I don't want to induce more.
Right. Exactly.
So I've been working through season 4 of Attack on Titan.
I need to watch Attack on Titan. It's on my list, but I've never made it to it.
And the dubs are good. Like from people who mostly shame dubs say that the dub is good. I think one of the voices that you don't hear until maybe season 2, he is the voice of, I don't know, Sal told me this. Who is it? McCree on Overwatch.
It's fucking Matt Mercer.
Yeah.
He runs Critical Role, D&D.
Oh.
He's the DM for Critical Role.
Okay, so can I listen to that? Because his voice is luscious.
Yes, there's hundreds of episodes, and it's a beautiful D&D play. I will send you a link.
Okay, I need more of his voice. Maybe I'm just watching Attack on Titan for his voice, and since there is no dub for season 4 yet, maybe that's not why I'm watching it,
It could be. It could be. I feel that. Yeah, that's Matt Mercer. We stand Matt Mercer in my apartment. We love Matt Mercer here. And so
I also finished a show today. I don't know. I finally, like, for the past few years, I've been watching Superstore. Okay. America Ferrera. Is that her name? And I really like it, especially working retail, like for how many years of my life?
So
7,
long.
8, way too many.
So long.
I put in my time. So if you, especially if you work retail, it's like super funny, and there's all sorts of pop culture. They just wrapped up the last season, and it was a lot about COVID, so they're wearing masks and stuff. But I just finished the last episode today, and again, that's a show that I can just like put on while I'm working and like just kind of listen to it.
Right.
But this last episode I was glued, and I cried. I cried at the end. I hate it. It was very much a like bittersweet ending. It was wonderful, and if you haven't like seen Superstore, I don't know. Nick was judging me. He's like, "Oh, you're watching this show?" I was like, "What? What do you mean? I love it." I don't know. He thought it was stupid, but then he sat down and watched 2 episodes with me, so I don't know.
Now who's stupid?
Yeah, come on. Let me enjoy what I enjoy. Thank you. But this, I don't know. I guess I'm looking for a new show to just kind of have on in the background. I'm very much that person. My mom does that too, where if she's,
I am too,
because she works from home a lot too now, so she would always put on like The Bold and the Beautiful, and it's just, you know, trashy, stupid TV. I'm sorry if you love The Bold and the Beautiful. Do your thing. I'll mind my business.
Ours was always anything that played on the USA Network at my house growing up.
USA Network.
So
what are some shows on that?
NCIS.
Oh, gotcha.
Law and Order. Law and Order SVU.
I didn't watch any of those kinds of shows until I met Nick. We watched through
those
all of
all we watched
NCIS.
in my house. Yeah, that's all we watched in my house growing up was that kind of stuff.
Criminal Minds is one that I don't know. We picked Lucifer back up, so we haven't watched Criminal Minds in a while. But that's our like, if we make dinner and like actually sit down and have a meal together, we're watching Criminal Minds.
Yeah, because I grew up watching like NCIS. I grew up watching Monk and Psych when Psych was on TV.
Oh shit.
The Mentalist, Castle, like that's the stuff my mom. That's part of the reason I love true crime so much. Is because I grew up watching, you know, crime shows.
Bro, I grew up watching like reality TV with my mom because she loves just trash TV. It's ridiculous. Although she never got into The Bachelor, thank God.
That's good.
I don't know, everyone's talking about The Bachelor. I don't know, I saw something on Twitter today that a past Bachelor came out as gay today, which is nice. Interesting. Yeah. I was like, hell yeah, you go, girl. Get it.
Yeah.
I never got into all that. There's a lot.
I didn't either.
Weird things.
There's so much of it now that.
Yeah, there's Bachelor, Bachelorette, and drama. I don't fucking know.
Drama.
I got enough of that in my life. Same. I don't need more.
Yeah.
Is there any like music that you've been enjoying lately? Like anything specific? I kind of touched on like the music I've been listening to lately, thanks to Bumble exposing me. Anything in particular?
I've been listening to a lot of oldies lately, but specifically like acoustic and folk oldies.
When did this start? Because you've been on a pop punk kick.
So this was within like the last like 3 or 4 days probably. I've been swapping back and forth between the two depending on what I'm doing. I'll either listen to like The Offspring and Blink and that kind of stuff, or I'll listen to like my acoustic folk music, and just kind of oldies in general. But like I trend toward a lot of acoustic music in general, so I've been listening to a lot of like Fleetwood Mac, Bob Dylan, Cat Stevens, like that kind of stuff.
Gotcha. I don't touch that genre. It's weird. I don't know, unless something just kind of like randomly pops up.
It's my like long-term favorite. Like generally like acoustic and folk music.
Yeah, just kind of feel good.
Yeah, is always my go-to. And I mean, I grew up with like a real Southern daddy, and like
I'm sorry, the way you worded that was not appropriate.
No, well, like. So my dad is from the South, like actively, like grew up there.
I'm sorry. I've never, I don't know, in my adult life heard somebody refer to their father as daddy, and it threw me off. I'm so sorry.
That's fair. It's fine. We don't have to worry about it.
I'm sorry. Okay.
But like that's like, I mean, I grew up with a hick dad. Like my dad was a hick.
Yeah.
And so like I grew up listening to like Waylon Jennings, and he listened to tons of, you know, old school folk music, and so does my mom. Not nearly as much, but like that's the kind of stuff my dad always had on when I was around him as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
And especially like since he passed in January, like I found myself trending towards it a lot again lately. Sort of as a way to kind of like reconnect, I guess.
I would say that sounds like it's something to.
Yeah, it's like sort of therapeutic. Cathartic, whatever you want to call it, just as like a way to remember, like, I don't know, who I am and where I came from.
Yeah, the things that he enjoyed. That's fucking sick, dude. Yeah.
But yeah, it just makes me feel good.
Ooh, I like the Friends Feeling Good. Big fan. Big fan. I don't know. My feel good music, like during like summertime, just like sunshine time, weirdly, I don't know, Vampire Weekend. Like
that is weird.
Why is that? Well, okay.
That's like, it is what it isn't. Like, I 100%. So like, what you want is like summer of 2013. That's
Maybe
your
I'm
summer
stuck.
vibe.
I'm
Yeah,
stuck.
like that's kind of what it sounds like.
It's fine. All of my music is old music that I used to listen to. Very rarely do I listen to anything new.
Same.
And literally the only like new things I've been listening to are still within those genres.
Yeah, and typically off of TikTok.
That's true. TikTok's got some bangers, all right?
It's true. I'm not denying it.
But I'm excited to I don't know, I need concerts to come back. I don't love huge big gatherings and like people everywhere. Even pre-COVID, not my vibe, but when it comes to live music, I'm that weird person, like I don't want to be in the mosh pit. I don't want to be crowd surfing. I don't want to be in a pile of people. I will be at the very back where the audio is almost, I feel like, the best. It's probably not. Audio engineers don't like
Don't
slay me. Don't.
Her Twitter handle is Cosmic Kate.
Stop.
If
you want to publicly berate me for my opinions, it's fine. But I go like all the way to the back and just stand there. It's weird. I just stand there. And just soak it in. I rarely will sing. I won't dance. Except for when I saw Vampire Weekend live. That was a whole different experience for many reasons. But like when I saw Blink-182 live for the first time, I just stood there. Like I had friends with me who were granted all doing their own thing and like didn't seem to care what I was doing. That's fine. But like I just stood there by myself and just soaked it in. And that's what I like. I don't go to live events for like hanging out with people. I go for like seeing and hearing the music and like crying because that's a thing.
I mean, it'll happen sometimes.
So I'm excited for I need concerts to come back because I've also been trying to like I've experimented with music I enjoy. So like things like Doja Cat and Ashniko and like they're a little more experimental than I'm used to.
Yeah.
And I know that their fans are very different from me. So I don't know. I want to go to like some of those shows, or I've always wanted to go to a Green Day show. I hear those are supposed to be the best live concerts.
I would love to go to a Green Day show.
All right.
I love Green Day.
That's as soon as we can make it happen, it's happening.
Bet.
Although Billy Joel Armstrong is literally like fucking like 60 and hobbling across the stage, but he does
There's no way he's that old now.
I don't think he is. It's fine.
Is he in his 40s? No, he's got to be older than that.
He's probably in his 50s.
I hate that.
I gotta look it up because it's gonna bother me.
I'm already. He is 49.
49. Okay.
He is only 11 years younger than my mom. He just had a birthday 2 months ago. God, I don't even know what month it is anymore. His birthday was in February.
Happy belated birthday, Billy Joe, if you're listening.
We love you.
But like I've seen videos from those shows, or like a Paramore show. Bro, fuck me up.
I bet even at almost 50, he still goes harder than most people.
100%. I've seen videos. He goes crazy.
He's in Green Day.
Yeah. I don't think his spirit is going to dwindle down anytime soon.
Like as much as they drifted at one point, Green Day is still punk.
Oh, 100%.
Like they drifted for a little bit, but Green Day is still punk.
Yeah, I mean it's your roots, really, you know.
Yeah. I love Green Day. God, I love so you're big on pop punk.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just big on punk music.
Oh no, I don't blame you.
And I've discussed this previously. All of my favorite genres are alternative forms of punk. Like different generations and demographics of punk. So for instance, folk music is like the original punk music. Folk music is like inherently political and is supposed to make you feel things, and like that's what it's for. Which is also what punk is. Punk is like inherently political, and it's supposed to invoke a response. You want to know my other favorite genre of music is? The answer is ska.
Yeah. Oh my god.
which is the same way. It is inherently political
with trumpets,
and it's supposed to make you feel something,
right?
So even though those three things, I mean, punk and ska are not super far apart, but like even though like acoustic, folk music from the 40s and 50s is not what most people would consider punk, like they're kind of the OG punk.
Yeah, there's a lot of like umbrella genres that I think garner a lot of what I'm into. And I think alternative would be the best umbrella for myself, because really anything with like that vibe, I enjoy. Like I didn't expect myself to like Youngblood, especially when he was first coming like into the scene in the US. I was like, yeah, like I guess mostly because his fan base scared me.
Yeah.
Like with One Direction, I probably would have been down with One Direction if it wasn't for their fan base. But Youngblood is like talented as shit and in a subgenre of, alternative.
Yeah.
I
just like,
yes.
The day I realized that like my three very different tastes in music are actually all the same taste in music, but in different masks. It's like, fuck, damn it.
Well, it's kind of like with anything. A lot of the things most people enjoy, I feel like, are related. Unless,
I mean, that's
I don't know. Sometimes
how people enjoy. Like that's kind of how people work.
Okay.
Like,
okay.
I don't know.
Feel called out.
No, like that's. Look, I'm the space alien here. The way people work is they like one thing, and then they like another thing that's adjacent to that one thing, and that just keeps going out exponentially. And so even though you get to something like really far on the opposite end of your like I like things spectrum, it's still connected to the other end.
Your analysis on humans is correct.
That did not come out the way I wanted it to. I'm so sorry. That was
jarring.
Nah,
it was Robo. I got it. I got the vibe. I caught the vibe.
Do you have any like wacky shit this week that you wanted to chat about? I don't have anything on my
nothing
end.
Specific. However, I was just talking with one of our friends, Blake, a little bit ago. And I never personally watched Making a Murderer, but apparently there were some sort of new evidence in that case that they're like wanting to send it back to circuit court now.
What?
And so now I want to, because I was going to watch Making a Murderer eventually, but I never got around to it, which is wild because it's right up my alley. And apparently there's been some new evidence in that case. And so they're trying to send it back to circuit court. And I find that very intriguing because I love when we think things are solved and they're not.
Me with my problems, that's fine.
I mean, yeah. I like it better when it's other people's problems.
Making a Murder. That's a Netflix thing, right?
Yes, it is.
Okay, yeah. I think it was like really popular, like 2 years ago or something?
Yeah, I want to say like 2018, 3 years ago now.
Time is a construct.
I think it was 2018.
All right, I'm intrigued now. But I probably will never get around to it.
I know. Research on it because I'm fascinated.
Well, update me because I don't have the attention span to watch a whole new show right now. But I'm interested.
That's fair. I'm getting a lot less sleep these days, so I have more time to watch shows.
Wait, that's not good.
No, I know, but I'm using it. I'm using it for good to intake more media.
Yeah,
allows me to be funnier.
Yeah, I do the same. I just scroll TikTok forever. It's fine.
I mean, I do that too sometimes.
Oh, I was doom scrolling today. I do this thing where I will be super active on TikTok and like engaging with things and posting and replying to posts and, just using the app as one would. And then I ignore it for like 3 or 4 days.
I do the same thing, except for like poop breaks. And then I pull TikTok out for poop breaks every day.
It's the best time to be on TikTok, no lie.
But like other than that, I don't get on it every day anymore. I'll go for a few days and then take a break.
Yeah, that guy pops up all the time and goes, I know you enjoy your content. Him and his big mouth. Or the guy goes, hold up, you've been scrolling for too long. I'm like, sir, get out of my way. But I find a lot of cute like animals and like
one of my managers at work sends me cute animal videos and like weird organizational like mildly OCD things. Because and those are the TikToks we send to each other.
Yeah, TikTok stay calling me out for everything. It's fine.
It's true. I always try to send you ones I see that I think will call you out.
Oh, you do. You do. And I see
Most
them.
because they call me out first.
Yeah. Yeah, this one called me out, and I know it's going to call you out too, bitch.
Yeah.
It's fine. We attack each other through media.
It's true.
Or, like, we send each other things that are, like, relatable or, like, oh, this is funny, and I know you'll enjoy it. There's probably only one other person that I consistently send TikToks to, and that's to Trev.
I was going to say, is it Trev?
Because anytime there's just a video that screams Trev energy, and if you don't know what that kind of energy is, I can't even explain it to you. Orb. Anytime there's something remotely Trev energy, I send it to him immediately.
Oh, I also send things to Trev when they have Trev energy. Like anytime I see the cat jam used in anything, that's an immediate send to Trev. And like Trev and I don't talk very much, but like Trev gets TikToks from me sometimes.
This is a special connection.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, I've been trying to make TikTok content for my Candle account again. It's not really working because I keep forgetting it exists.
Stop forgetting.
Well, between the like 3 to 4 accounts that I have
your
to
social
run,
media intern for Cosmic Candles.
I don't have one.
You should work on getting that intern.
Do I know anybody who would be interested?
No.
You're really gonna build up to that?
Yeah.
Right. Nah.
Sorry, too far. 14-hour, too long to commute to work.
Oh my god, imagine.
That would be awful.
That would be terrible.
I'd cry.
I can't even, like, I didn't even, like,
work 40 hours in a row and then drive 14 each way and hope for a full day's worth of the week still left.
Oh yeah, just come here, record a quick, 30-second video and go back home. That's your day. It's a quick business day. It's fine.
It's true. You got to make sure you have your candle stuff ready to go when I get there, though.
Oh, true. I don't know. I've been
It's actually
so
longer than a day. If you think it's longer than a day.
Yeah.
14 hours there, 14 hours back, not including time to like eat and pee.
No, it's not allowed. Sorry. You gotta do that in your car.
Take my funnel and my Mountain Dew bottle in my car with me.
My grandma's secret for road trips was a butter tub because it's wide enough. You never know, man. That's what you get when you have Southern grandparents that road trip every year. A butter tub and a barf bag.
I'm sure that's some shit my grandma would have pulled if I ever rode to West Virginia with her as a kid. Thankfully, I rode with my parents.
I love my grandparents so much. But
I love your grandparents too.
Although I posted, so I don't post on Facebook very often, but I posted on Facebook about, my sad bitch time. Mm-hmm. And, I got the advice of, sign up for a class nearby, or, sign up for Bumble, or the lovely advice from my grandparents. And I know they mean well. But they told me to go to church.
Have you tried meeting Jesus?
And if church and faith and religion is your thing, yeah. If that's your thing
I
that
say
you're
that
into,
lovingly. I grew up in the church.
yeah, and like I totally get it. My family's religious to an extent.
It works for some people.
Yeah, it
just doesn't work for us.
It's just not my thing, dude. And I talked to my mom about it. I was like, because when they texted me that, my grandma tried calling me. I missed her call. Like, genuinely, I didn't see her call. And then she texted me 2 minutes later saying, you should go to church. And like there was a cute message and she put emojis and it was adorable. And then she commented on a Facebook photo of mine with like a heart and then a phone emoji.
Answer your damn phone.
Yeah. And then I talked to my mom about it. I was like, I'm sorry, I'm avoiding them right now because I don't know how to tell them no. And she's like, well, you should like look into it. Jesus wants to be your friend. I was like, Mom, I'm glad, I'm happy for him, but that that's not my thing. And she's like, Caitlin, just be honest with them. I was like, I know, but
just be like, yeah, Grams, I'll look into it.
Yeah, well, that's what I told her when I moved down here. Like the first thing, and I think
be like, they're just now starting to lift restrictions due to COVID. I'll look into it now.
I know, I feel so bad because that's something that's important to them, and
yeah,
the things that are important to them, I would love to be important to me as well because I love them. I love the things that they care about. Just not that.
Yeah, I think most of my family probably also wishes that I still wanted to be Jesus's friend, but just don't anymore.
Yeah, I'm social distancing from Jesus. It's fine.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't want to talk about religion. That weirds me out. But I just really wanted to bring that up out of nowhere because it was on my mind, and honestly, it was stressing me out.
or you could go to the bar. Sorry, I'll stop.
My father commented on that post saying you should just go to a bar. Okay, what do you say? Put on your shit kickers and go to the bar. And then my brother commented saying to go to the bar, and then I said wrong kid, and my dad goes, "What do you mean?" I was like, "Oh my god, it was a joke."
I feel like that's probably also if I had posted something like that, what my dad would have said.
Yeah, and like, you know, that's again, if that's your thing to like go to a bar and hang out with people in that way.
Mine is to force my coworkers and friends of friends to hang out with me until they're also my friends.
And can I tell you, thank you, by the way, thank you, because you know, obviously I'm on the struggle bus of like making friends right now, which I again love my friends that I currently have, would literally die for almost all of them. Like literally anyone I consider a friend like right now, I would fight somebody for. But because of you're bringing your work friends and some of your IRLs into our D&D campaign, or like
forcing
playing
all my IRL friends to hang out with us. Yes,
and I fucking love that because first of all, they're like already friends of yours, so like inherently I trust them. Like weirdly enough, like if a great good friend of mine, you, like vouches for somebody and is like, yeah, they're cool, they're awesome, like I'm kicking it with them, like fuck yeah, all right, you're cool in my book until you fuck something up. But I don't really foresee that happening because they're really fucking cool and I appreciate their company and they're funny.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
Anyone that can make me giggle, I'm down to hang out with, and I have giggled aplenty.
They're pretty alright. They're cool or whatever.
Oh, I love it so much. And then like some of our other friends are like vibing with them, and I like I like that. I like when like different groups come together because sometimes it can be stressful when you have like different groups of friends and then you feel like split your time. I totally get that. I've done that multiple times, like in person.
It's kind of where I had gotten was like I wanted to hang out with like IRLs and play games and stuff. And I'm like, I also want to hang out with my online friends and play games. Can we do it all together?
Yeah, and it's working out marvelously. Why can't I talk? It's working. I love it, and I thank you. I don't know. It's cool. I like it a lot.
They're pretty neat people.
But I think I don't know, is there anything else you wanted to touch on before we
You forgot to talk about your clicky clacky dice when we were talking about D&D.
Yes. Yes. Okay. So
we can end on Caitlin being hype about dice.
I never in a million years thought I would give a shit. You nerds would talk about your D&D dice, and I didn't understand.
We did.
Didn't understand. I was like, it's fucking dice, whatever. And then you started sending me Etsy links, and I was like, oh, those are pretty. And then I started playing D&D, and I was like, oh, those are pretty. So literally 5 minutes into our D&D campaign, I went on Etsy, and
True.
I found one set that I really liked that I think is shipping from China or something. And it's like it's a really pretty, like it's almost like an opal. I don't know. I'll post a picture on Twitter when I get it. But I also bought
We can post pictures on Side Bitch Club. We can post pictures and links and stuff of all the stuff we talked about, like all the shows and stuff.
Oh, that's
and the music.
Genius.
We can make a playlist of songs we've been listening to, all that jazz.
Wait, why are you so smart?
I told you I would help with this stuff.
Oh my god.
I told you.
But I bought there's also a seller who had like blind bags, which blind bags are like a huge fad right now.
I love blind bags.
They stress me out.
Oh, I like them.
But I was like, fuck it. Like, what are the chances I'm gonna get something that I hate? I really don't care about dice, right? So I bought two just in case I got one I didn't like. It would give me better chances. Literally, the first one I opened, because it came today, is like this galaxy star. It's like purple and pink and with gold numbers, and it's
like
super
literally
pretty.
Caitlin's brand.
Literally exactly like what I would have wanted if I were to like pick out dice from this shop.
Yeah.
And then the second set of dice, I open it. Ooh, Cooper is very excited about the dice. Sorry. The second set of dice I open up They're green and they're like there's mica in it essentially. They're like shiny and have like almost like a tortoise shell like shininess to it. There's like a little bit of like a swirliness to them. And coincidentally, our friend Rachel here loves everything green.
True.
And shiny.
True.
You essentially are a green loving seagull.
I prefer to think of myself as a goblin who likes to collect dirt and shiny things.
Shiny. That's true.
It's the best.
You were a goblin with your gremlin sons.
Yes.
So I thought it was super cute that like I got dice sets that were basically us as dice.
Yeah.
It's me and you. It's really cute.
It's us. So it's like it's meant to be. It's like you're supposed to play D&D.
Stop it. Well, I'm excited.
That's what I'm going to keep telling you so you don't stop playing with me.
You keep convincing me that I'm having a good time, please.
I'm going to keep secretly messaging your sellers for your D&D dice.
I'm already so excited. Like I have already like test rolled these. Like, ooh, how do they feel? What do they look like? Like when I roll them, like I don't know.
What do they look like in this lighting? What do they look like in this lighting?
I'm gonna go do a photo shoot tomorrow.
Off and my overhead light on. What
Exactly. And then I don't know, I'm excited to use these on Sunday. And then we'll post pics of
There's
things.
Just something different about rolling real dice versus rolling the computer dice.
Yeah, the computer dice it was kind of confusing. I didn't even know it existed. And then you guys were like, yeah, just click it. And it fucking dice appeared out of nowhere and scared the shit out of me.
It's true.
But okay. Sick. Thank you for letting me talk about my dice. I'm sorry, I totally forgot.
I didn't want you to forget. I wanted to hear you get excited about them again.
I'm really excited.
I'm glad.
Having something to be excited about is exciting.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
For lack of better wording.
And so it's nice to have a thing to be excited about.
Exactly. Well, I'm sorry today's episode wasn't, too much talking about like a mental health topic as much as our previous episode, but fuck it. Yeah, Cooper, exactly.
We just needed a minute.
Yeah, fuck.
For our own mental health, we needed a minute.
So hopefully it was something substantial for your ears and brain. But if you have anything you want to contribute for our next episode, hit us up on Twitter. Sad Bitch Pod.
Sad Bitch Club Pod.
Thank you.
It's at Sad Bitch Club Pod.
You
can also search Sad Bitch Club Podcast, and I'm pretty sure we're like the first or second result.
We be about to be the only result, tell you
Let's go.
Don't forget, you can listen on all of the audio streaming platforms such as Spotify, YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts. There's also a bunch of other ones that I'm not super familiar with, but we're over there. So wherever you listen to podcasts, that's where we're available. If you're listening on Apple Podcasts, leave us a 5-star review and say hey. We'll read those out on episodes. And then you can follow us on Spotify and all those things. Okay, thank you so much for joining meeting number 2. We'll see you at our next meeting.